What is up with YouTube? It is your boy Tilla's son, and today I'm going to talk to y'all about the 8 mistakes every beginning producer should avoid. So yeah, let's get right into this video. Alright, so the first mistake that every beginning producer should avoid is focusing too much on your gear. And let me explain about what I mean by focusing too much on your gear. The first mistake is you think that you need these big fancy studios that you see people are in, or that you see back in the day. Like, you think some people think that they need big fancy studios or big fancy equipment. You need the whole soundboard, all of that. When in all honesty, you don't. In the last video I posted, I showed you what you all needed to get started, and that's all you need to really get started. All that other like equipment, the soundboards and all of that, most of that stuff is optional because it's already in the system. Like, it's already on. For me, it's already on my iPad. For you, it can already be on your laptop, like on your computer, whatever it is. So therefore, like, you necessarily don't really need all of the big fancy equipment. All you need is just something that's going to get you started. That's all you need to focus on something that's going to get you started and going. Because once you get going, you can add on. Once you get the basics, you can add on to it. It's like a game. You just buy it's like with 2K. How's 2K? You buy the disc. You buy the basic version of the disc, and then you buy the VC to buy more. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's basically how it is. You just need the basic. That's it. So yeah, like I said, first mistake is focusing too much on your gear. Don't do that. You don't want to be like, I need this, I need that before I can even get started. Don't. All you need to do is get the basics and start. That's it. For our second mistake that every beginning producer should avoid is having poor organization and poor prep session timing. What I mean by that is, when I say like prep session timing, say you have an artist coming in, they got 5 beats, or they want to make 5 different songs. Well, you didn't have them send you the beats or what you're going to be working on beforehand. So now you're in the middle of your session, your paid session, if it's paid session, or just a session in general. You're in the middle of your session, and now you have to, every time y'all go, say, like, if y'all don't do it at the beginning of the process, y'all do it like as y'all going. Every time you're going to have to take time out to either go on YouTube to find the beat, or go to BeatStars to get the beat, find the beat, either purchase it, take it off YouTube, whatever. Now you have to include that in your session time, rather than doing it beforehand, having them send you all the tracks, and either you go get the beats or you have them get the beats and send it to you. Those are ways that you can eliminate having a poor prep session time. Now, a way to eliminate poor organization is organize your stuff, man. I don't know how hard that is. You just have to organize your work. For me, I have it as like, I have one big folder. It's a music folder, and in that music folder, I broke it down into minier, like, smaller folders. So like, I have like in this big music folder, I have beats that I've made, and then I have songs that I've made, and then I have songs that are finished by certain artists, and they're broken down by that artist. And I have beats that are broken, that they're not completely broken down, but I have a thing where it's just, their beats, they send me beats. I have a thing where it's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna put all their beats in this little folder, so whenever they send it to me, or if we don't use it, I always know where it's at. Because you don't want to be in the middle of your session, or ending your session, or just any point in time, and you have to either find it Like you're spending multiple days finding a project that you worked on, or a beat or a song that you worked on, because you didn't organize. So kill that poor organization mindset skill. Kill it. You can't have that. You have to make sure that everything is organized. Now I'm not saying that if you've already started and it's not organized, just start organizing it bit by bit. Just do like one section a day. I ain't saying you gotta go out and organize right then and there. It's a process. It is a process. I'm still kind of organizing here and there. I'm not fully all the way organized. So for me myself, this is something that I'm trying to kill. So we can work on this together. We can work on killing our bad organization skills together. And so yeah, that's the second one. All right. So for the third mistake that you should avoid is overcomplicating your mixes. Now, what I mean by overcomplicating your mixes is whether you're working on a beat or you're working on putting a song together. Timberland said it best: less is more. And sometimes when it comes to making a beat, you might only be able to find three sounds that correlate together, that go together, and that might be where you left it. That's okay. It's okay to only have three things when it comes to making a song, because most of the time that's all you really need. And if you're going to give this beat to an artist, you don't want it to be overcomplicated to where they feel like there's a lot going on with this beat, I can't really rap on it, or I can't really make music with this because the beat is overcomplicated already. So like, what you do is get a bass for it. You just want to have a bass for a beat, and then you will be able to show the artist like, hey, look, this is kind of the base of the beat that I have. Like, this is where I want to start. This is where I think I think be a good start here for us. And at that point, they could be like, I do like this, but I think it's missing this and this and that. And then you just add on to it. Or if you overcomplicate it, there'll be times where people will be like, it's a cool beat, I like it, but can you take out this and this and that? Now, when it comes to music, it's the same thing. You don't want to overcomplicate it. Less is more. When it comes to like vocalists, background, those are the only two examples I can give at the moment, because it's like when you're layering like your background vocals and all that, like you don't want to over layer them. Like, say you have 2 backgrounds already. Well, you don't want to go ahead and add on 2 more unless you're panning it, or you're doing something crazy with it to where it doesn't sound like they're all 4 just coming straight at you. Like, that's different when you pan it and got it going everywhere. But if it's just all 4 layers just coming directly at you, don't overcomplicate it, because that's not what you need. So don't overcomplicate your mixes, whether it's a beat or a song. That is something that you just are not going to want to do. So the fourth mistake that you're going to want to avoid, not sound testing your music. What I mean by sound testing is, not only do you listen to your music in the studio, but you listen to it in headphones, the car, your phone, Bluetooth speaker, just different areas of where people will listen to where people will be listening to music. You don't want to just be like focus on, okay, yeah, it sounds cool in the studio, we can run with that, leave it at that, because you you took time in, you put the time in to get the sound quality that you want in the studio, so you can know how it sounds, so you can hear how it actually sounds. Not everybody listens to your music in the studio, bro. Not everybody's listening to it. So you gotta listen to your music how everybody's gonna listen to your music. You gotta turn yourself from the producer to the consumer. That's what you gotta do. You gotta turn that on. You gotta be like, how would I listen to this? You gotta listen to it in your car, man. Multiple times, not just one time. And not just your car. Because you could have an aftermarket stereo, but what about your homeboy? About your homegirl? You know, you gotta do your sound testing and all of that. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, like, you put it out, eventually, like, you know, you'll be listening to it on a, say, like, a Bluetooth speaker or something, and you're like, bruh, that's how it sound on a speaker? Bruh, I didn't even know. So make sure you sound check your music. It's important. You're going to want to, because you're going to want everybody to get the best experience when it comes to listening to your music. That's what you want them to have. Unless you want it to sound gritty and all that, you know, you still got to sound check it. You still have to sound check it, I promise you. If you do not sound check it, there will come a time where you're listening to a song, your own song, and you're like, bruh, like, how did I not hear that? And also take time off. Take time off when sound testing. Don't sit here and try to, like, listening to it all in one day on these different things, because you'll overwhelm yourself just from hearing it. You'll be hearing things that you don't even, that's not even really there. So, like, spend about a week or two sound testing it. Make sure you take time out to sound test your music. So the fifth mistake that you're going to want to avoid doing as a producer is you want to avoid not getting feedback. You want feedback. I promise you're going to want feedback. Don't just have a bunch of yes men around you, because that is not what you need. It's not what you need. You need people who are actually going to criticize you and give you feedback on if it's good or not. I can't stress that enough, especially if you're a producer and you have a studio at home and you spend most of your time at home doing nothing but being in the studio. You are going to want some feedback. You have to be able to take criticism as well. You got to. You have to. Because if you cannot take criticism, I promise you honestly cannot make it. You won't make it. Because not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody is going to like what you're doing. So you have to be able to take it when people says, oh, no, bro, that's trash. That's trash. You know? For me, if I ask people, like, you know, hey, bro, how you feel about this? Can you tell me, like, you know, what you think about this beat? And sometimes I will play a trash beat that I've made and be like, you know, tell me what you think about this. And if they're like, oh, yeah, bro, that's fire. That's fire. I'm like, I don't know. To me, it's trash. I can't do it. But yeah, you have to be able to take criticism and get feedback. You have to get feedback, whether it can't be from your friends. It can't be just like, you know what I'm saying, your homeboys and all that. Nah, you got to get out there, connect with people who are also in the same industries of what you're doing, and just get their opinion. See how they feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just, it's not just what you think up here, but it's what the world's going to think. You know? Now, I'm not saying in every situation you have to take the feedback. You don't have to take the feedback and do what they say. But as long as you can receive it and not, like, have emotions to it and, like, you know, take it in and, okay, cool, that's what I need to work on, you'll be cool. But if you take it and you're just, like, getting your feelings, get hurt about it, you're not going to make it, man. You're not going to make it. So, you need feedback in this field. You're going to need to get somebody to give you feedback. Whether it's they come around, listen to it every once in a while or something, make sure you get some type of feedback when creating. So for the sixth mistake that you're going to want to avoid is not finishing your projects, or just any projects in general. That's something that you're going to want to not do. Now, it's always best to start it. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's a song, beat, or if you have an album that you want to put together. Start it, you know, but make sure you finish it. I'm not saying that you have to finish it within, like, that same year or that same, like, but just finish it. You know, sometimes it might take you a while to get it done or all figured out, but you never want to leave anything undone when it comes to music. You want to be able to leave it all on the table. When it's all said and done, you don't want to be able to go back in and be like, dang, I wish I would have finished this. I wish I would have did this and that. No. Finish it. Finish your projects. Whether it's a single, album, it does not matter what it is. Make sure you finish your projects. Alright, so for the 7th mistake that you're going to want to avoid is lacking consistency. I promise you're going to want to be consistent when it comes to this music stuff. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do it every single day. You have to be working on the same thing every single day. Switch it up. Do some work on one project on Monday, something different on Tuesday, something different on Wednesday, something different on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it just keeps going. You don't have to work on the same things for all those days, but you want to be consistent with it. Now, like, let's say you want to make a song, like, you know, you can start off with making a beat. Say you make the beat on Monday, you know, Tuesday you put it all together, arrange it, figure out how the beat is going to go. Wednesday you get the words, the lyrics, all of that put together. Thursday you lay it all down, you put it. Friday you mix and master it until you got a final song. You know, you could do that. Or, you know, one day work on one beat, make another, or, you know what I'm saying? You just want to be able to have some type of consistency. You don't have to do it every day. You don't have to work on music every day. Now, you might want to take time out to do it every day. You know, spend a little 30 minutes to an hour every day, but you don't have to. As long as you build yourself a routine to work on music and, like, you know, find time in your week to do it, you're okay. As long as you're being consistent with it, you're okay. Now what you don't want to do is, okay, I'm gonna work on music for like a day or so, and I ain't gonna come back to it for another good 3 weeks. That's what you don't want to do. You can always be learning something new. You don't always have to write. You don't always have to record. You can get on YouTube, learn the business side. You know, try and grow your business side of this as you're trying to, you know, create. You know, just spend time learning about your craft. You want to be consistent with your craft. You want to be, you know, trying to do everything you can to make your craft grow better. Because that's really all you need right now. That's it. That's all you need is consistency. If you show you can be consistent with it, I promise you so much is going to change. Just be consistent. That's it. The 8th and final mistake that you are going to want to avoid is to not give up so soon. Do not give up. I know it takes some time. I know it's a grind. I know it's gonna be some time. It's gonna be some time where you ain't getting no money flow coming in. You like, dang man, what am I gonna do? Well, like, you know, I'm trying my best to do everything I can, but I don't know. You might feel unseen and whatnot, but I promise you, do not give up. If this is your dream, if this is what you really want to do, you're doing it because this is what's in your heart, this is your passion, and you ain't doing it just for the bread, I promise you, do not give up. Don't give up. It's a journey. It's a long path. Not everybody who is really successful gets on, I would say, in their first year. Now, unless I don't know. That's just me. That's my opinion. Your first year, you're not really gonna get on, unless you know what I'm saying. Unless you're that phenomenon, you know, you like the LeBron of the league. Okay? That's all. By all means, go on ahead. You know, it's gonna take some time. You gotta grow into it. You You gotta learn it. It's a learning process. You know, you gotta make sure you got everything down packed and all of that. And so, but yeah, man, like, don't give up. Whatever you do, do not give up. If you take anything from this video, Tilla told you to not give up. Keep focusing, keep staying on that dream. Be consistent with this. I promise you, yeah, just do it. Just do it. So yeah, these are my 8 mistakes that every beginning producer should avoid. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for sticking around, staying to the end of the video. If you made it this far, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're new, you know, yeah, tell me what y'all want down in the next video. What type of videos y'all want from me? Go ahead, let me know. And yeah, man, it's your boy Tilla Sign. We out. See you in the next video.